Well, are you sure you feel all right?
Fine, all things considered.
Well, you look awfully pale and tired to me.
Didn't sleep too well.
I was under the impression that you didn't sleep at all last night. I heard you pacing back and forth across the floor more than half the night.
I've got things on my mind.
I know you do. This custody trial's been a drain on all of us. Are we anywhere near the end of these proceedings?
Well, both sides have presented their case. The only thing left are the closing remarks. Then it's up to Judge Lewis.
You're saying, then, that we might even get a verdict as early as this afternoon?
No, the judge will probably take a few days to review the testimony, but 2 days or 10 minutes, he'll only be being polite.
You really feel that there's that little doubt about the outcome?
Considering the testimony so far, I'd say the decision is very obvious.
Good morning, everybody. It certainly is a beautiful day for a trial, isn't it? Aha. So you're going to be bad sports. Hey, come on, somebody has to lose.
The fact is, Raven, we have nothing to say to you. It's as simple as that.
Geraldine, you shouldn't frown when you squinch up your face like that. It's very aging. So you're going to ignore me?
I've got a couple of words for you, but they're not fit for polite society.
Cliff, come on. Aren't you going to say hello?
Raven, that is you.
What are you doing?
Oh, I didn't recognize you in the light.
I don't think that's funny. I'll see you all in court.
Well, I feel as if I've been left out of a private joke. Can someone tell me what that cryptic exchange was about?
Let's just say that Raven does her best work in the dark.
Let's go sit down, Geraldine.
Maybe more work than we know.
I was able to close the Crime Commission hearings sooner than I expected, so I got an earlier
Oh,
flight.
honey, I'm so glad you're home. I really, really am. Oh, this house has been so empty.
Empty? With Kelly and all his puppets?
Let me take this, Bill. Kelly hasn't been much company these days.
You mean because of the Elliot Dorn business?
Well, the police haven't found his killer yet, and Kelly's been questioned extensively.
Well, he was an employee of Elliot's, and there was no secret about the antagonism between them.
There was more than antagonism, Mike. There was a fight.
Oh?
So the police just might think that Kelly was holding a grudge.
Well, that could constitute motive, but what about opportunity?
Okay, there they are speculating that possibly Kelly went back later that night to the club and used his pass key. He hadn't turned it in yet.
Oh, I see.
Now, I don't believe any of this happened, not for a second.
No, I don't. I'm sure Kelly didn't do it.
But the really distressing thing is that the police haven't found any other suspects.
Well, Kelly seems to be the victim of a set of damning circumstances.
Right now, they're questioning Elliot Dorn's business associates. Oh, I asked Draper to talk to Kelly just to be safe.
That was a wise idea, Nancy.
Well, I hope it wasn't a necessary precaution. I just hope he doesn't need a lawyer.
I'll have Draper fill me in on his conversation with Kelly. Nancy, now look, we'll do everything we can to protect the boy.
Oh, honey, having you back makes me feel so much better.
You seem to have the situation under control.
Oh, no, not just for Kelly. For me, too.
You know, it's getting to the point now where I walk down the street, I start looking over my shoulder, thinking that a police officer is going to snap the cuffs on me.
Nothing like that is going to happen. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but still, I'm beginning to feel like public enemy number 1. Well, maybe 4 or 5.
I hate to see you this uptight. If there's anything I can do.
Thanks. You know, maybe something good will come out of this whole mess.
What's that?
Well, I'm beginning to realize that my friends and my family are really behind me.
We believe in you.
All that support feels really good, but...
But what?
Well, Nancy seems really concerned about me. Well, she insisted that I talk to Mike's partner, Draper Scott.
Oh. Well, Considering the circumstances, I suppose that was a reasonable thing to do.
Yeah, but having to talk about Elliot Dorn's murder with a three-piece suit type made it seem a little bit too real.
What did he tell you?
Well, basically, not to worry. But if anything did happen to me, I should use my one phone call to get in touch with him. And he told me not to leave town.
Kelly, were you completely honest with him?
Well, sure. Now, look, he knew that Elliot and I didn't get along.
Does he know, well, that you were involved with the law previously?
It's nobody's business what happened in Rome, Jody.
Kelly, what if the police decide to check into your records? Your lawyer shouldn't be the last one to know.
I wasn't charged with anything.
Okay. What if you volunteer the information to the police? It'll look a lot better for you.
Since when did you become a lawyer?
I'm just trying to help. Look, I know how badly you want to hide the past, but I don't want to see it come back to haunt you.
I'm not telling anybody about it. Now, I made Nancy swear that she wouldn't say anything about it, and I want you to promise you won't open your mouth either, okay?
Cliff, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm filling out a subscription to this magazine I found in Elliot Dorn's office. Do you know that Miss October's hobbies are horseback riding and going to the opera? But not many people listen to a soprano when she walks down there.
You are in a courtroom. We are suing for custody of my child. I'm trying to prove that I'm going to be a decent father, and my lawyer is sitting at the table reading this junk.
Well, give me a break, will you? I got my closing remarks prepared, and they're very good. Besides, Rutledge is going to go first.
Until this case is finished, you will pay attention. Then you can get back to your literary pursuits.
All right, whatever you say.
Logan,
Mike, am I glad to see you?
glad I could leave.
Mr. Nelson, do you wish to call another witness or present any additional evidence?
No, Your Honor, we have no further witnesses and no further evidence.
Mr. Nelson, you were granted a continuance based on your claim that the time would enable you to obtain information that you implied was very critical to
Yes,
your case.
I know, Your Honor. The continuance was asked for in good faith, but the evidence didn't materialize. At this time, we'd like to rest our case, Your Honor.
All right, very well. Now, I will permit brief closing statements by both attorneys, and I mean brief, gentlemen. Mr. Rutledge.
Thank you, Your Honor. My statement will be very brief because, in fact, there's very little left to be said. Your Honor, I believe it would be a terrible injustice to both the parent and the child if Raven Swift is denied custody of her natural son. Every word of testimony has shown her to be a caring, concerned, loving mother. And it was the burden of the father to provide evidence that would prove otherwise. So where is the evidence that Raven Swift is unfit to keep her own child? Where is the proof that she's abused, neglected, or in any way mistreated Jameson Swift?
Cliff.
Where are the complaints from the neighbors suggesting that she is anything but a totally loving mother? Where is the eyewitness who can state that Jameson Swift has received anything but the very, very best of care? Now, I point out, Your Honor, that there was only one truly qualified witness to the well-being of this child, whose future you will decide. Perhaps the most respected social welfare worker in all of Monticello, Mrs. Benita Thomas, who objectively reported to this court that Jameson Swift
It's Raven's letter.
happy and well-treated little boy.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find. Always on my mind. And frustrated days pass without sight. There